Hello and welcome to this cozy corner of the internet. I am Janet Kadow, and um, my expertise is spirit guides, and that's our topic for today. I have been teaching tarot, all things spiritual tarot, channeling, and all that stuff for the past few, I don't know, eons. And I wanted to do a live today to support everybody who is. Couldn't make it yesterday. Yesterday we talked a lot about spirit guides and what they do, um, to give us signs and reassurance and help us on our way. And this time I wanted to talk a little bit more about that, but grow. I mean, if you want to see the live from yesterday, it's always on my YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel. You just click on the tab that says live and it'll show you all the live videos that I have done. So I hope that you will check that out. But I wanted to talk a little bit today about spiritual perspective, like how spirit guides view us, the world, the different world that they live in, and the reasons why they do what they do and the way they interact with us, and that kind of stuff. You're all welcome to ask a question, to share in chat any thoughts or input that you have to the topic. I really appreciate it. So, thank you so much for joining us. This is always a little bit scary to come on a live and not have anybody watching. So it's really great to have you here. All right, so let's go into a little bit about spiritual perspective in the heavenly realms. So, spirit guides are generally ascended masters. They can be also angels, and they can be ancestors. So, those are like the three main categories that I have noticed spirit guides to be. There are also deity beings and things like that, but and a lot of other types of beings, but let's just stick with the three that I know personally from personal experience. So the angelic realm, typically, the energy is healing, very loving, and very gentle in the angelic realm. The ascended, and they're not really very well versed in hi. Hello, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. So they're not angels aren't really well versed in living life on earth. I'm not saying they completely don't know about it, but they're just not that um, really great. Their help usually comes in that feeling of divine intervention, powerful healing, things like that. Um, most spirit guides, and we all have many spirit guides. So, one type of spirit guides that I think we all have the same kind. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself and tripping myself up. So, we all have a variety of types of beings as spirit guides. So the main spirit guides that I work with, my guide is an ascended master. And an ascended master, the one that I speak with all the time, he's my main guide, he's my spokes guide, he's the one that helps through everything. He's the one that gets me, inspired and helps me heal and teaches me a lot of wisdom, teaches me all about um, how they live in their world, and also how we can best work with them. So, he's an ascended master. That means that he's lived many lifetimes on earth and has mastered life on earth. Okay. So then we have the ancestors. And the ancestors are there's many different types of ancestors. So there's our DNA lineage ancestors, and then there's our soul lineage ancestors, and then there's our star lineage ancestors. So ancestors is a pretty broad scope, but generally they are the wisdom um, of the energy that you carry. They hold the wisdom of all those lineages and all the experiences of the universe and different realms and ways of being. So, once you kind of get to used to what they're about and how they help you, then you kind of know who to call on in what situation. For me personally, I will call upon angels, the angelic realm, for healing and for protection primarily. I will call on the ancestors to get more deeper understanding about my particular life path, my particular way of being, my and they're the ancestors that I call on are my star lineage. So we all come from some other realm, some other place, way before the earth was even created. So, um, and so those people, the advanced beings, the advanced consciousness from that place are what guides me through to advance my consciousness and to advance, what I feel like needs to be shared or that I want to share with the world. White Eagle's my main guide, and he is an ascended master, and he has taught me all about the dynamic between being human and spiritual. And that to me is, my primary core teaching. And so the ancestors and the angels for me are personal. And White Eagle teaches me things that not only advance me and help me understand spiritual perspective and spiritual awareness and um, all that kind of thing, grow in my awakening. But he also helps others do the same. He's a spirit guide for many, many people around the world. So that's his deal. That's his way of being. So since that's what he does, um, that he's a teacher and I'm a teacher. So you'll find that with your spirit guides, they hold the same energy you do. If you're an artist, your guides will be artists, or your primary guide will be an artist. If you're a healer, your guide will be a healer. If you're a scientist, your guide will be a scientist, and so on and so on and so on. So just think about like your guides as being like an elevated version of yourself or an elevated version of, consciousness, however you want to look at it. Now, when we're talking about their spiritual perspective, like how they view us or how they interact with the world, then we start to gain a greater understanding on how to interact with them. And what they offer is, the way White Eagle has framed it for me is the main four sacred laws, which is the law of free will, the law of truth, the law of love, and the law of grace. So I want to start with grace. Grace is an absolute acceptance of who you are in the moment. So they have no agenda for you. They have no um, need to make you do something that isn't right for you. And some people feel like when they get into spirituality that, to really be devotional, they have to give up a lot of things or they have to give up a lot of parts of their personality, or they have to give up, all kinds of, uh, you know, sort of like being a monk going into a monastery, you have to give up a lot of worldly things. And when we're working with spirit guides, they accept everything we are, everything we want, and everything we do. And so they don't have an agenda. They're not going to demand we do something that's out of our desire, out of our, wishes. So, so they always want to help us achieve whatever we want to achieve. So they are very, very much like the the best, greatest helper you will ever have. So the best way to work with them, you don't have to channel them. You don't have to um, hear them. You don't have to, you know, um, do anything that's extra psychic with them. You don't have to do anything but ask them for help. So all you need to do is ask them for help, and they are then very active in your life. And you keep asking for help and keep doing the things that invite them into your life, and they will do more and more for you. So they cannot, though, do things. Hey, Marge, welcome. Okay, so we're talking about spirit guides. Thank you so much for being here. So the guides won't do they do have rules though. So they'll help you with anything you want, but they won't do anything that creates harm or negates your free will. And they won't do anything that causes fear. So keep that in mind. Your will and your well-being and you know fear, so they don't like. So anyway, so if you ever see anything that someone says is from a spirit guide, no, and it makes you feel a little afraid or uneasy or a little worried, then that's not um, from a spirit guide. So spirit guides are always loving, always kind, always gentle. They are highly, highly evolved beings that, you know, are of service to us. And hi, Brenda and Sita. How are you both? Wow, this is so wonderful to have you all here. Thank you so much. What a wonderful day this is going to be. I welcome all your questions. I'm just doing a little talk before to get you thinking about what questions you want to ask. And we'll check in with your guides and see what they have to say. So, so they don't want to cause you. So anyway, so I see a lot of channelings and a lot of people channeling. I'm kind of all over the internet all the time, and if anything causes fear, if it makes you feel like, oh, that's so scary, like, you know, I know how bad things are right now. I'm don't have my head in the clouds at all. But a lot of psychics are like stirring the pot of fear, and it's not from spirit. It's not from the guides. So even if things were going to hell in a handbasket, the guides would always help us get out of it. They don't want you to stay there. They don't want you to stay in the, field of consciousness of fear. They want you to elevate out of it so that what you're doing is bringing in the light. And that's really what we all want to do. We all want to bring in joy. We all want to bring in happiness and peace and kindness and all those things. And so they'll help us do that no matter, you know, what. So, um, they will steer us in a direction that will add to a beneficial outcome instead of steer us in a direction that will create more chaos. And when we go into fear, we're creating more chaos. So we do have to stick with, ask for guidance, ask for help, get that energy going that gets you out of the fear and into a proactive energy that brings joy, that brings happiness, that brings healing, that brings truth. All those things are of the light. So, you guys, we are. again, we're in a very difficult time, and it's easy to go into fear, but and it's okay to go into fear, process it, view it, release it, and then ask Spirit to help guide you through your fear into the truth. That's what I do with my guide. I ask him. So when I see something that's off the rails and disturbing, I ask my guide to lead me out of fear and lead me to the truth. And the truth is always soft, it's always gentle, it's always peaceful, and it is always, always, always healing. So when you ask Spirit to help you see the truth, or you don't have to hear them again, you don't have to channel them, you don't have to do any of that stuff. You just have to ask them to help you, and you will be led out of fear into truth. The more you ask, the more you ask for their help. It'll just be an organic process. It won't even You won't even need to do any, heavy shadow work or whatever. When you're asking Spirit for help, it sort of organically happens, and you may not even notice that it's happening. So keep that in mind, especially so with fear, with worry, anxiety, all those things, ask for help with them. The other thing is, so they always spirit guides always have to tell the truth. So if it's not the truth, if someone's saying their spirit guide said something, blah, 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 that seems a little wacky, ask your guide to see the truth, or, if it feels off, it's off. It's probably not a guide. And they will never disempower you. So they're not going to take away your power. So, if you ask your guide, should I do this? Should I do that? You most likely won't get an answer because they don't want to take away the power of your decision. You can ask them, what is in my highest good to do? Is it in my highest good to, um, you know, go party for the week, or is it in my highest good to go camping, or is it in my highest good to become a doctor, or is it in my highest good to um, be a sailor? I don't know. Anyway, so ask the questions like that instead of should I, because I don't really like to answer what you should do. So be empowered. And again, their answers come in so many forms, in so many ways. They can come as ideas, inspiration, those feelings of the shower download where people like suddenly get an amazing insight during a shower, or they wake up with the answer, things like that. Those are all spirit guided. Those are all answers to what you have been asking for, or it's just suddenly feeling better, suddenly feeling at peace for no reason. That's from your guides. Any questions? And I'm here to answer personal questions as well as um, more spiritual questions. So you're welcome to ask. I feel like I'm in kind of a weird angle. It's like pointing down at me. Anyway, this is the setup in the cozy corner of my cozy couch. So, no questions so far? I will keep going because I can talk about this for ages. Marge, Marge, stop. Thank you so much. So, Marge, was it your puppy that you were asking about yesterday? I got a couple of anyway, I hope the puppy's okay or the kitty's okay. Now, so oh well, I hope they're all okay. They're doing better. Good. They're hanging out and seem comfy. That's good news. Okay. Let me see. Brenda. I'm getting all these notifications covering my chat. Sorry. Okay, good. So, what's happening right now politically and how we can be the light and get through this the best. So, White Eagle did a short channel yesterday, and it was all about the light coming in. There is a huge wave of energy coming into the earth in the way I see it, in definitely the next few months, but probably within the next few weeks. I think he said 6 weeks yesterday. And in that kind of opening, a lot of shifts are going to happen personally. And when things are happening on the personal level, they also happen, obviously, they make their way to the global level. So, over the next few weeks, it's a really good idea to, again, like I just mentioned, stay out of the field of fear and stay in asking for the truth and asking your guides to help you release fear. Because when we're into, hi, cool kid. And Kristen Marie, hi. Hi, Kristen. I'll be with you in one sec. So, to stay out of the field of fear, we're going to, let me just say, so much is disturbing and so much is upsetting, and it's constant. Um, there's at least 5 things a day major things a day that we're hearing that are upsetting. So, what I want you to do is ask the guides to help you release the fear around it and to let you know what is the truth. That's number one. And this will take, the energy takes a while to shift within you when you ask that. So don't expect an immediate thing. But then you're going to also ask to see what you need to do for that thing. Now, they're going to answer you. And again, the answer may come as a hint or a nudge or a feeling, or you wake up knowing the answer. You might get it while you're in the shower or driving or whatever. So don't it, if you're not a channel, that's not a problem for them. They communicate in so many different ways. So when you get the hint, you'll know it. And, wait for it to happen. Don't expect it immediately because things take a while for us to receive. So when you're feeling really upset and worried and fearful about the state of the world, or your world, on a personal level, or the global experiences that are happening, and this goes for anything. I mean, it can go for big weather changes and disasters and things like that. Ask to help you release the fear, get into compassion, and then ask to know what to do. So, and to be led towards the truth. Those are the kinds of things that I suggest that you do. And it really didn't, it really didn't matter if you're what you're thinking about in the moment. You can anything at all. It'll take you out of it. Sometimes you can sit and meditate with them too if you really feel the need to settle your energy field. I would just ask them to I would take a few breaths and ask them to settle my energy field, to see clearly, and um and so on, to get out of the fear. To get out of the fear, and so on. You get the idea. Take notes. So, they can do all kinds of things, and they can shift energy really quickly. So it's especially good to ask them for that. a mental healing, emotional healing, settle your energy field, clear your chakras, balance your chakras, do all that stuff. They can do all that kind of energy work. And so you can ask them for it all the time to help you feel better. That's probably one of my, most common prayers. Help me feel better. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Help me feel better. And when I see something particularly shocking, and disturbing and upsetting, I ask Spirit to show me the truth and to ask Him to lead me to what to do about it, what I personally need to do about it. So I hope that helps. I know that was quite a long answer. And we are in shocking times, so this is potentially a daily practice. But this the new wave of light, it looks like things are going to shift us pretty great, like in a really good way. I'm very optimistic about it. But sometimes when we get new energy coming in, when we get new, um, you know, openings of influx of energy with solar flares or, you know, um, all the other kinds of energy fields we're dealing with on Earth, when those kind of fluctuate, it can be hard on our psyche, on our energy field, on the mental and emotional fields as well. So, just sort of be patient with yourself if you're feeling overwhelmed as well. And lots of water, rest, and always take good care of your well-being, because if you're not well, then you can't really be of service. So, and I know everybody here is very big on being of service. So, you have to take lots of water, rest, good food, and a little bit of joy every day. It's not selfish, and it's not being delusional, and it's not putting your head in the sand to binge watch every now and then. Okay? All right. Kristen, thank you for your spirit helping me get past a very difficult issue, culminating in what could have been a very challenging experience yesterday. Well, you're welcome. I didn't know I did that. I don't know how I did that, Kristen. But thank you for the comment. I'm not going to ask for details because this is a public forum, and if you don't want to um, share that, that's fine. But I really appreciate you. Thank you. Does anybody else have anything to say? What did I do? Kristen, was it I don't know what I did. Anyway, I'm going to puzzle on it. So, thank you. Okay, cool kid. I didn't know I was cool. Yeah, you are. I think it's Micah. Is that Micah? Cool kid. Oh, Micah's mom. How great is that? Okay, good. Yes, this is public. Okay. Oh, great. Thank you for being here. How wonderful. So let me know if you have a question. Um, and Marge, I have been creating an event locally once a month. How wonderful. This is new. This is something I should continue. Is this something I should continue to do? Have been struggles of finding the right venue. Ah, blues jam. When it works, it's so fun. Oof. When it, okay. Okay, how wonderful. Wonderful. Lots of questions. Good. So I get to stay on a little longer. Okay, so Marge, They're showing me there is a venue that's pretty, easy for you to use and doesn't cost a lot of money. I don't know if you found it yet. It looks pretty bare bones. It's not a a very fancy place, and it has electricity. It's not their bare bones, but it's kinda, it's almost the way they're showing it to me, so I don't always see anything that is very literal, but the way they're showing it to me is very much like an outdoor venue with a stage and everything is wood and it's, very rustic, but I I'm not sure if it's outdoors. It just kinda looks that way. It looks like a cowboy bar. Um, it doesn't look like a blues venue, but you're ask them to take you to a place or ask your guides to help you find that place because and I don't even think it's not fancy. It's not sharp. It's very rustic. So it doesn't look like it's a venue that you would normally consider, but it's a really good fit for your audience and for the band. It could be. It could be the basement of a church, yes. It's very yeah, because I don't even see them with have a bar there. I mean, I don't even see food, I don't see and that's what I mean by rustic. It doesn't really have anything in it. It's just a stage and electricity, which is all you need, right? Your guys will handle it. They're supposed to make everybody, um, entertained. So entertained they won't know they're drunk or hungry. But, you could set something up anyway. I think that's a really good I think that's a good start, the church. Very cool. Okay. Good one, Marge. Let's not lose any more money. I don't like that for you at all. Good work. Wow, that's exciting. Good luck to you and your husband. Those are wonderful things to do. All right. So let's see. The uncommon life. Our beautiful, beautiful woman. Our shining star. What do I need to know for the upcoming week? I'm going to give the lecture now. The lecture is the um, the more vague the question, the more vague the answer. But usually, with somebody who's pretty intuitive, they'll get the answer even though the answer is vague. You'll get the gist of it. So, I'm going to go ahead and ask the guides. Okay, so there is something that is coming up that's going to be a little difficult to deal with this week. And it's like, you know, before Thursday. I don't think it's tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be great. But I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Something's going to like come up that's going to be difficult to deal with. I don't think it has to do with work either. But um, the advice for that is to stand your ground, be tough, be your bad self, don't let anybody take advantage of you or get in your way. And rewards will come like that fast afterwards. So maybe somebody will try to say something to you or try to make you do something or tell you something that isn't true or real or whatever, and then you're going to not go for it. And you're going to say, "No, I don't think so." And then you're going to say, and they're going to go, "Oh, okay, here's everything you want." Like that. Okay. Oops, I forgot to put my light on. I'm just going to put it on. I have a special like internet light that I bought, and I haven't even been using it. Voila. Okay. So you're going to get everything you want. Then you get like then I see them handing you something that you really want. Okay? So, be firm, be tough, don't give any give. Don't be your soft, lovely self. And you'll get everything you want. When you're negotiating, don't give any wiggle room. Does that help? I hope that helps. Okay. Um, I think the next. Oh, cool kid. So, okay. So, tell me, cool kid, when you're moving to Phoenix? I need to know when you're moving. I kind of see it happening before January, but I want to make sure I have this. Oh, next summer. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, Asia, good. Um, Next summer. Why did I see December? There's a really nice place for you in Phoenix, and it's going to feel really good to be there. It looks like a some kind of gated community with small units or smaller-ish units. And it's easy to get around, it's easy to be there. It feels like a renewal of your whole life. Things are getting smoother. You've gone through a lot of tough times this year, and it's like a big relief. You're gonna wrap things up pretty easy with your job. I think you said your retirement. Um, and it is a smooth transition. It's a very easy move, and it is really great for you. When you're in Phoenix or, you know, I assume you're gonna buy a place. It looks like you're buying like a little condo or something like that in a gated community. Oh, okay. So, yeah, go look for there's a really good one for you. I'm not sure if it's in Phoenix proper or one of the little outlying suburbs, but it looks like a two-story or a split level, small, um, but feels really good. Small yard, easy to deal with. But the transition, so it's going to be a good trip in December. That's the first thing I saw. I mean, the energy of December was you going to Phoenix. Good. Thank you for clarifying that. So, and it's all renewal. Like the whole thing is renewal. I see you driving to when you move, so I assume you're taking your car and you're going to drive. I didn't quite understand that typo in your. Going to go out to look. Oh, no mountain. I don't know what that means. So anyway, you're gonna find a nice place. No mowing. Right. That's correct. They don't have, yeah, yeah, rocks and like desert bushes or whatever. Anyway, what the message is about that place, I want to finally get to that, is that you're going to have a really good community there for you. So you're not just there for your family. You're there for you. You're going to have a renewal of things to do and people to hang out with, and it's going to feel amazing. It's definitely probably the best time of your life. You can really look forward to some very exciting things. Are you single? Like, uh, is there romance? See, I don't even know if you're single. I know your kid so well, but I don't know if you're single. Oh well. Well, so the fun is limited, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So you're married, but it is a really, really good move. Feels really good. You're going to meet a lot of people you like. Yeah, and all that's good. You will be closer to your grandson. You will get connected more with your grandson, but there's going to be a lot of fun things for you to do. It's a really good move for you and your husband too, since he's going to come along, I suppose. I joke. I joke. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, Micah should get out there for sure. And then we'll all be Southwest girls. I'm in New Mexico, so not far. Okay, Sita Sita. Beautiful Sita. Wondering if my feeling much older these days is a real feeling or something my guides can help me snap out of. Sometimes I feel like I'm sort of floating away from this life. Okay, let's check in with them. See what they have to say. Okay. Um, you want to be tethered to this world, right? Sita, you want to be a part of the world. This is a really good time for you. You're welcome. Um, it does feel like part of you doesn't have a focus to bring you into your own life. And it is creating a feeling like, not a feeling, sorry. It's creating your energy field to kind of, the feeling of floating away is your energy field looking for something else. I don't see it being the end of your life or nearing the end of your life. And I'm not going to predict whether or not or when you're going to die or whatever, but I see a lot of vitality and you have incredible vitality and incredible intelligence, but there's a lot of grief and sorrow that's not fully processed. And so look to ways to process that grief and sorrow. And you were doing writing for a while. You could use writing, you could use art, you could use photography, you could use some kind of creative expression that will help you process the grief and sorrow. And through that process becomes beauty, becomes truth, and it becomes a sense of self that you have never really connected with before. So that sense of self is something that is waiting to emerge. Even if you don't want to do it or don't feel really motivated to have a creative outlet, do it anyway. There are, any number of free online courses that'll jumpstart you. You could then join a real class, or then you could, start exploring it on your own. But the guides are saying you're not, ready to go. You're not, it feels like you're disengaging from the world because you are, but the next step in your world and in your life is to process that grief so you can be fully present to yourself. I want to emphasize that you have been fully present to other people in your life for so many eons, right? So it's time for you to release that, being of service to other people and start being of service to yourself. I was looking into a course in ancestral trauma given by a therapist and rabbi. I feel like I want to do this. Perfect. 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 Yes, absolutely. Okay. That'll help you process the trauma. It'll give you a greater sense of self. And then you can choose joyful things to do. Yes, do it. Yes. Sign up today. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Good work. Okay. I'm so happy for you. They're just giving me chills all over. Good job. They're all excited. Your guides are so excited right now. Yes, yes, yes. This is what you need. Fantastic. Yes, you can, Asia. You may, you may. You may ask another question. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anybody. I think I think I have people now. Everybody's all caught up, and we're just ready for Asia's next question. So then we'll finish up with a little meditation like we did yesterday, but this one will be a little different and hopefully give us a nice balanced energy for the rest of the week, because that's really what it's all about. To get us going. That's what this is about. To get us going for the week so we can deal with insanity of the world. Okay. 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 My guides are trying to get me in balance. Okay, so the Uncommon Life says, yesterday you said my guide's trying to get me in balance. You guys are trying to get me in balance. Can you tell me more and how I can help? They're not saying you need to do anything to help, other than they're showing me drinking, water or whatever energy drinks kind of things that you drink. You drink a green drink. I see a green drink and I see like electrolytes and water. You do all the good things to keep you in balance. Okay, I'm going to get a little woo woo. Not that I haven't already, but I guess I'm going to get a little more woo woo. So your electromagnetic field is going through some adjustments, and don't ask me what that means. This is what they're telling me. So are going through adjustments. That's why you need a little extra support um, to balance that. As far as just, good diet and rest and water. And like I said, looks like a green drink and electrolytes and even, like green tea or herbal tea, things like that. That's really all you need. And when you're feeling any kind of distress, you know, overly emotional or overly intense energy, ask the guides to help clear it and keep doing what you're doing. Um, I think you're going to the gym, but if not, try to be a little bit more devoted to a regular schedule at the gym. And you can do anything you want there, like take a yoga class or um, just stretching class, or, do something. Just keep a regular schedule at the gym. And if you don't feel like a big workout, do a little workout or just, stretch and hang out. You need to get into a regular schedule as well. And a regular schedule can mean once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, every day, whatever. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? We're getting ready to do our meditation to close up. If there are no more questions. Yes, Kristen? Did you have a question? Sorry, I'm wiggling so much. I'm not used to sitting here in this way for so long. I'm usually quite reclined when I'm here. Okay, go ahead. Yes. Cool Kid and Kristen, please go ahead and put your questions in. Oh, 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 oh dear. There's romance in the air. Yay, a romance question. I just need like if you're asking about a particular person, give me the first initial of that person so I can kind of tune into. You don't have to say the name. Okay. Okay. So R. I'm going to read on R. So what do you need to know about R? That's what we're going to ask. Okay. I'm not seeing a connection there. Is there another one? I mean, they're okay, but I don't think they're a connection. I don't think they're a bad person. I mean, rock and roll lifestyle is okay. It's fun. I mean, I would definitely pursue it to see, if this is someone you can hang out with occasionally, but I don't think it's a long-term connection. But so keep going. The guides are really encouraging you to keep going. To keep, meeting people, don't stop, pursuing until you're sure you found someone to be devoted to. They're very, very happy you're doing this. And they're encouraging you. They want you to set a little bit more parameters and intention around who you want to meet. Like, somebody kind or somebody compassionate or somebody who's exciting or somebody, whatever kind of qualities and personality that you want to meet. So set a little, and don't make them broad qualities, but also, and don't make too many of them. Think about what you really want in a partner. And for me, like, if I were to have a partner, I would want somebody I can really trust. Like, I don't feel any kind of, um, hesitation to be myself around. So that's the kind of person that and a couple other qualities, but really kind of narrow it down to the qualities that you're looking for. Rock and roll lifestyle is fun though. I wouldn't turn that down. I would pursue it and just see. I mean, he's a good guy, so just see what happens. Why not? Okay. So, cool kid. What do I need to know from my guides to keep moving the right way? Well, um, the first thing that comes up is um, follow your joy, right? That seems pretty obvious, but they do want you to follow what makes you happy. And this has been a very hard year for you. So think about things that soothe you and make you feel settled and cleared, like massage, sauna, facials, spa kind of things, and um, have enough time during the day to breathe and be, kind to yourself. I don't know you well enough to, I'm just repeating what they're saying. So there's a sense that you give a lot, you share a lot, you are always available for other people, and that it's time to settle in and be pampered and be cared for and be loved on for you, that kind of thing. You have a really good, you know, it is kind of hard to imagine that being retiring and being a grandma and all those things is the most exciting part of your life, but it actually is going to be. So think about, you need to rest up and get ready to have fun. That's it. That's what they want you to know. It's all about joy for you. Stick with that and you won't make a mistake. Okay. So I think March one more time. Good. So for March, okay. It's a tough lifestyle if they work bars. Yeah, I know. So yeah, I agree, Marge, with the rock and roll lifestyle is very tough. But it's a little fun to be near the glam and then go home and put your feet up and hang out with your cats. Yeah, right. So, Sita, I was told years ago that a new relationship was in the works but never materialized. Could it have been that I was going to meet a lovely, so many lovely women's friends? Is that going to be enough? Hmm. I think that I don't think, okay, I'm going to calm down. Let spirit talk for a second. You're in a phase now where relationships need to lift you up, and female relationships are definitely that. Women relationships, being in a community with women is definitely where you need to be right now. Also, there is still a man in your life coming, but it's in an unusual way. It's not, well, you're not ordinary, so it's not an ordinary relationship. And it is a gentle, loving relationship. So open your mind to what a partnership will look like for you. But know that in the meantime, seeking out community of women is extremely important for your healing as well. Good. Okay, let's do a little meditation and finish up for today. I appreciate you all. It's been a blast. I'm really, really grateful for you being here, and it's lovely to meet. Um, Cool kid, and she is a cool kid, your daughter for sure. I think you have others, but I think Micah is a rock star. So it's good to meet a rock star's mom. Okay. All right, everybody, get comfortable. We're going to do meditation. So let's take a breath. We're going to invite the guides to help clear us and balance us and get us ready for the week. Take a long breath in your nose and blow. Oh, wait. Oh, before I do that, I have to put in my little thing for, oops, uh, for if you want to give a gift or tip or whatnot. And then also I want to promote, I don't have it set up yet, but we are going to meet on November 1st. That is the Day of the Dead. And we're going to do a specific talk about the ancestors. We talked a little bit about ancestors today. We're going to talk about the ancestors and connect in with them and get messages from the ancestors on November 1st. So I hope you can join us. We'll be 11 o'clock Pacific time and what is that, 2 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so that's my promo. And anyway, okay, so take a breath. And we're going to just center. These are called cleansing breaths. Long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. And another long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. We'll do one more for good measure. Long, deep breath in your nose and blow it out of your mouth. Now breathing gently in and out of your nose. We're going to check in with our body and see if there's any tension and just release the tension in your body. Breathing gently in and out of your nose. Settle in, get into a place of comfort. And now we're going to ask the guides to surround us with light. We're going to invite our guides and only our guides to support our highest good. Help us on our path to our highest potential. And we're going to invite them to clear our energy, balance, and heal us and protect us for the coming week. So, first they come in. We have many, many guides from all places in the heavens. And they're going to surround us with light. We can ask them to clear our energy field of any and all energy that does not support our highest good or help us on our path to our highest potential. And just sit for a moment, breathing gently in and out of your nose as they wash away everything that is no longer needed, all your old worries and fears, all the old anxieties and concern. Let it wash away. And now they're going to hold you in sacred space as they balance you in perfect alignment, in harmony with the earth and in harmony with the universe and in harmony with the heavens. So it's like you're in the space that's sacred as they balance all your chakras, balance your mental field, balance your emotional field, balance your physical body, and harmonize all of those to your soul. Breathe gently in and out of your nose. Now they're weaving beautiful strands of light all around you in a bubble. These beautiful strands of light are going to become solid protection in this beautiful sphere of light around you to protect you throughout the week. And to keep you in a space of purpose, of vision, and harmony with all that is. Now we're going to take one more moment. We're going to ask your guides for something that you've been wanting but haven't yet asked for. So we're going to take a minute of silence just to see what you want to ask your guides, and then telepathically ask them what you want right now. Ask them for what you want right now. And we give them thanks. They have completed weaving the bubble of light. And now we're going to give them thanks and ask them to ground us perfectly in this place and time. So we are connected to the world, to the earth, to the universe, and to spirit. Thank you all for being here. And hopefully we'll see you on the 1st, November 1st. And you can always message me if you need more information or anything. Um, you can message me here on YouTube or anywhere. Okay, take care, everybody. You're awesome. Have a great week, a great 2 weeks. All right, yay! You're welcome.